St. Louis viewers. I am here with Lethal, newest member of Evil Geniuses. Lethal, you had a switch when Pistola hurt his hand, and you were originally on Believe the Hype. They extended the offer for you to be on Evil Geniuses. That obviously must have been hard to make that decision. What factors went into making that, and why did you decide to do that switch?
Well, it was honestly a big surprise. I just was having a normal day at work, and Believe the Hype, especially APG and Maniac, they're like my best friends. So I got an offer that night, and I've been going with a thing where my first gut feeling I go with, and my gut just told me to go with them. And it was definitely tough. My team understood, thankfully, so we're still friends, but I'm glad I made it.
Despite losing Pistola earlier this season due to an injury, the team, now made up of Snipedown, Lunchbox, Roy, and Lethal, remains a threat to all top teams.
So the Evil Geniuses team formed right after the launch invitational. Roy got second place at the first tournament. I ended up getting like 5th, 6th, and then we had Pistola on the team, who was on my team at that time. He ended up breaking his hand after the first tournament, which we placed second in. That was in Columbus. We ended up having the team change with Lethal in place of Pistola. The next tournament in the HCS is a Gamers for Giving tournament. It's a charity event. My team's been practicing pretty much every single day. We're very prepared for this tournament. We've gotten second and third at the first big LAN tournaments, and we're looking to go from third to first. We're definitely confident that we can reach that peak.
Here we go. The grand finals are set. Counter Logic Gaming versus Evil Geniuses, CLG EG. I'm really excited for this one, bravo. Evil Geniuses continuing to add on to that lead.
Yeah, right now Snipedown is taking this blue angle. Snipedown lines up the perfect 2-for-1 out the library window.
What a play out of Snipedown, I have to say. That was awesome to see. Evil Geniuses will be the Gamers for Giving HCS champions, winning their first live event here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Congratulations to Evil Geniuses.
I have to say, amazing play from EG all weekend.
And there it was settled. Evil Geniuses wins Gamers for Giving and steals the #1 seed going into the Season 1 finals, the position that CLG had held for nearly the entire season. It should be noted as well that EG's Snipedown, Roy, Lunchbox, and Lethal have only dropped a single game in their last 3 tournaments combined.
This is a really good kind of prelim for the finals, so this shows what we're capable of. I think a lot of teams are going to be looking out for us a lot more than they were maybe in the past. We can be dominant if we're playing our best.
Unfortunately, Pistola, who was on EG, could not compete anymore. They needed to find a new player. They needed to find a new fourth. In comes Lethal from Believe the Hype. And Lethal joins this team, and everyone says, I don't know how this is going to work
I'll say
out.
it too. I wasn't sure team composition-wise. I wasn't sure how Lethal was going to fit in with this team, right? We know Lethal's a top player. He took home first place at the launch invitational. We've seen him do incredible things throughout the duration of Halo Reach's lifespan. But I think it took a little while, but he's fitting in quite well. The next time they played was Gamers for Giving.
And as I'm sure you've heard by now, it was Evil Geniuses who took top honors at the HCS Season 1 finals. A well-deserved victory for a team that performed consistently throughout the entire season, and one that really started to click in the final weeks. After taking Online Cup #1, EG Snipedown, Roy, and Lunchbox remained top contenders even after losing Pistola to an injury earlier in the season. After picking up the raw talent of Lethal, the team began a run for the ages, taking Online Cups #6, #7, and Gamers for Giving while only dropping a single game. That momentum.
There's a second beautiful double kill from Roy right there. Headshots all over the place. Grenades going in for Lunchbox, trying to hunt down that one player. Jumps up onto there. Kill. There's another one up there. Will he get the double? Yes, he does. But now we are with Lethal and picking up the big double kill.
Snipedown is putting on a show here, so we'll stay on board.
Great job, and he finds the headshot. Looking around for another one, taking that bomb forward. Halfway through, Evil Geniuses looking for the victory, and they're the HCS Season 1 champions.
Evil Geniuses with incredible play. They are your HCS Season 1 champions. What a performance there in that grand final.
I want to make sure that if we're ever in the finals that we're playing EG, but people would probably be like, why would you want to play them? They're on fire, and that's exactly the reason.
The fact that the money and prizes have increased has only made our drive to succeed that much more. It's like, well, we practiced our butts off for Season 1, now it's time to even go harder for Season 2.
Evil Geniuses will continue to be the most dominant force in Halo, and it's going to take something significant
to stop them.
Evil Geniuses continue to dominate throughout Season 2, winning 5 of the 7 online cups and tallying a momentous 925 points in all 7 cups and securing their spot at the top of the standings.
You know, EG is just on them like white on rice, man, and they poke their head out. They're going to be in a bad position.
The hang back turns around and gives him one. EG are just completely slaughtering CLG. The weapon needs to be extremely careful. Sticks Royal too, but will he pick up this double?
Yes, he does indeed. My God, we've got a cap from EG already. Less than 30 seconds in the game.
See if he can get a couple shots, able to find one. It's going to be a headshot on Mikwin. Looking for another. Gets the double kill, maybe a trip. Gets the triple kill for Lunchbox. Brilliant plays out of him here in the winter bracket finals.
All they need to do is hold this out and they will be the HCS Indie champions. 10 seconds remaining. That is game, ladies and gentlemen. Evil Geniuses win.
While the prize money is always a nice incentive, most teams were simply determined to take down the Season 1 champs and the team that dominated the entirety of Season 2, Evil Geniuses. But despite all efforts, including a stellar attempt in the grand finals from Counter Logic Gaming, EG's rule over the HCS could not be undone.
They're going to take game number 7. They're just 10 seconds away from $75,000. Can they see this one out? Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. Evil Geniuses are your Halo Championship Series Season 2 Grand Champions.
What's next for Evil Geniuses? Halo 5.
Hey everybody, so as you can see from the title of this video, you can tell if you haven't already that Lethal has decided to leave Evil Geniuses. Just want to start off by saying, appreciate everything that, we did with him. What we did was special. Only I think one other team in the history of Halo has done what we did as a team. So I'll always have those fantastic memories of, being that dominant squad. I really wish we would have, maybe talked a little more and seen what kind of, dynasty we could have continued to be.
So we got online to practice about a week ago. Everything felt pretty normal. Didn't really expect anything of the night other than just a normal night of scrims. And we tried to reach out to Lethal, and we were just like, hey, TJ, you gonna be on soon? Like, TJ is the type of teammate who, when he says he's gonna be on at a certain time, he's on exactly at that time, ready to play, ready to go.
We were in a call waiting, trying to get a hold of TJ, and we saw him type in our group Skype chat and not say anything. He kind of deleted what he had to say, and then we never heard from him still. And I didn't really believe that anything was happening. Still, it had been about a half hour while we were waiting, and all of a sudden I got a text from Ogre 2, and Tom asked if we wanted to play or if we were online, and I instantly thought something might be wrong. Justin, at that point, was convinced that something was wrong. About 5 minutes later, I got a text from Kyle, Elamite, who asked me what was going on, if anything was true. And at that point, we thought there was absolutely something wrong. TJ was not responding. We had players texting us, asking us what was going on, and we knew something was up.
But I said to Towey and Lunchbox, something's going on. TJ's leaving. I knew immediately at that moment that something wasn't right. So fast forward about an hour or so, Lethal messages us on Skype and ends up telling us that he wants to get into a call with us because he's got something to tell us. And Lethal ends up telling us that he is leaving our team to join CLG.
Unfortunately, he made his decision with only 3 days until the deadline, so it left us in a bit of a tough spot because we only had 3 days to pick up a teammate for the $1 million plus tournament that's coming up in March, as well as X Games. X Games was about a week away or so when TJ told us that he was leaving, so yeah, I'm not going to talk much about that, just a lot of disappointment in that decision.
The timing for all of this couldn't possibly have been worse. He left us with about 3 days until the roster lock deadline for World Championships, which is insane, to try to replace a whole year's worth of chemistry in 72 hours without really being able to practice very often. You get 1 or 2 nights of scrims maybe, is a position none of us ever thought we would have to be in.
We still had a lot of time to get this, get this fixed. Our team has seen no failure whatsoever at all, and it's really upsetting, and it's almost as if he lost his faith in our team.
But we lost 50-49 in Game 5, which would have put us as the #1 seed if we had won. And the game types that we lost were Empire Team Slayer, which is no longer a game type. Game 4 was Breakout, which 1 TJ lagged out of, so it was a DQ win for Allegiance, and 2 that is also no longer a game type. And Game 5, 50-49, Plaza Team Slayer, we just honestly should have won that game. I want to say at least 9 times out of 10 we do win that game. And we were up 49-46 and ended up losing 48-46. And we got the 49th kill right as Lunchbox traded basically with the natives. So super unfortunate that we managed to lose that, but if you really want to look at it, I still want to say our team was the best team. We didn't win every single online cup for H2A, but we were still the best team on LAN, and I am totally confident that we would have been the best team on LAN again.
We're definitely shocked, definitely angry, definitely surprised, and a lot of other emotions that are associated with a longtime teammate and somebody that I considered a pretty good friend, leaving your team to go team with, like, essentially your arch rival. I mean, CLG and us had a lot of battles last season that, for the most part, we ended up coming out on the better half of it. So definitely was a little bit upset and hurt by the news that he was leaving our team. Commonly is somebody that I don't think a lot of you guys will probably have heard of, but he is absolutely one of the best players in Halo 5. And so he immediately caught my eye when I was watching him play for the last couple of weeks, and I knew immediately that he was one of the best players in the game. Incredible skill, very, very solid communication, and once again, just a very selfless and great team player.
He has a lot of veteran traits to him. He's got really good communication. His in-game decision-making is very good, and he's just an overall all-around good player. He does everything well.
Hammy is very, very good at this game. He is very knowledgeable. He's played it a lot. He can already make play calls in-game that are beyond his years. He's only 18 years old, so he's relatively young in comparison to the rest of us on this team. And he's already said that he's watched us play back in the MLG days, back in like Halo 3, and back in those days. So he's definitely somebody that I think looks up to us maybe a little bit, but we also look up to him in terms of just his youth and his energy, his attitude, and all of that he brings to the team. So
going forward towards X Games, I think that our team has a really good shot of winning it. It's really hard to replace the chemistry and teamwork that we had with TJ on our team so suddenly, and we only had about 7 days from the point of making this decision until X Games.
Definitely looking forward to the challenge of X Games and trying to achieve the task of winning a gold medal. That is something that is obviously a dream come true to all the Halo players, and really I think anybody that is competitive and that type of thing. Being able to win a gold medal at anything, whether it's snowboarding, skiing, skateboarding, anything, having the opportunity to compete at that level on the ESPN stage, X Games stage, is honestly a dream come true. And I think that myself and all of my teammates could say without a doubt that this is going to be one of the most memorable moments of our lives.
It's going to be a really big challenge for us to overcome both Allegiance, who's the #1 seeded team right now, and hats off to them for proving everyone wrong and playing so well online. But not just beating them, we're looking out for CLG, and we want another shot at vengeance at Lethal to prove that he made the wrong decision for leaving our team.
So it's all about seizing the moment, capturing the moment, and I think we will all be prepared and ready to do that. And I look forward to the challenge and opportunity to play CLG this weekend and hopefully get that vengeance that we're all looking for. So once again, I couldn't be more excited moving forward with Commonly. The drive and the passion that I can already see in him, the more and more comfortable he's getting after the short period of time that we've been teaming with him, is very, very reassuring and very rewarding to see. So definitely looking forward to the future with Commonly. If you guys are not already, please show him that EG love and give him a follow on Twitter. His Twitter handle is twitter.com/commonly with 2 Y's. But yeah, give him a follow and show him that EG support, and hope to see you guys at X Games.